Love, light, and blessings. This is Shamanic Awak Priestess here. Now, previous video was for day 11, okay, so Thursday. This one is for day 12, Friday. I might download these two today because I believe I'm going to download on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays video because I'm taking off Saturday and Sunday. I don't want to do anything work related. I'm taking a weekend to myself. So you can watch them, at your leisure, but the next 4 days are going to be downloaded within today and tomorrow. Same thing with the emails that I'm planning to send out as well, either on Friday or Monday or something like that. So I might try to condense all of the emails for Friday. So I'm trying my best to not work this weekend. Okay. Moving on. So welcome to day 12 of 29 days of Melanted Excellence. And today's video is, and I won't scream today, I won't go off, I won't go on a whole rant, okay, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna be about, in the ATRs, when we're talking about Haitian voodoo, espiritismo, okay, and Santeria. There is no such thing as God and goddesses, okay? No such thing. I don't care what anybody tells you. It's not a thing. Let me explain why. The terms goddess and gods, when we're talking about that, we're usually talking about polytheistic religions. For example, Wicca, paganism, some forms of witchcraft, because not all. There are forms of witchcraft that are either Christian magic, you have folk magic that has a lot of Catholicism in it, things like that. Like someone that I follow on YouTube does Mexican folk magic, okay? So, with that being said, another person that I follow on YouTube does Italian folk magic. I follow people that do conjure and hoodoo, and again, monotheistic. But for the most part, when I'm talking about paganism, okay, when I'm talking about paganism, when I'm talking about Wicca, when I'm talking about more polytheistic religions, they believe in multiple god and goddesses. And again, I respect all religions. However, just because I respect other people's religions, okay, I don't appreciate when people try to assimilate our beliefs and water down our stuff just to fit an aesthetic or to fall under other umbrella terms. Hoodoo is not paganism. Santeria is not paganism. Haitian voodoo is not paganism. Espiritismo is not paganism. Okay? We are monotheistic. It is why when our enslaved ancestors, so the ATRs of the diaspora, now we're talking about that, when they came to the Caribbean, to places like Mexico, to the United States, and all of these things. Remember, slavery was a worldwide problem and a very dark history for many parts of the world. We had European people in the Americas, so United States of America, enslaved people, but we also had the Spaniards from Spain who did a lot of stuff in the Caribbean, the Dutch, okay? We also had the white Portuguese, okay? Portuguese people did have slaves. We have to understand that. That's why depending on where you are a descendant of, who your people were, where your people were taken, depends on the language that you speak. So that's why Haitians speak Creole. They speak French because of the French. French also owned slaves. A lot of my lineage, my European lineage and everything, is mostly Portuguese and Spaniard. Is why in places like Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo, and Cuba, we speak Spanish. But that doesn't take away the fact that we are also descendants of Africans, okay? Tainos, Africans, all that beautiful stuff, okay? When we were being oppressed in the Caribbean, the majority of our enslavers were Catholic. So when they tried to infuse their religion into us, it was very easy, being that we were already people, the Yoruba people were already people, in the case of Haiti, the Dahomey, okay, all right, the people that practice voodoo and were able to make Haitian voodoo, okay, in Santo Domingo, Santeria, or Dominican voodoo, it was easier for them to infuse the Loa, and in other cases the Orisha, depending what tribe you were from, into the saints and angels. Because in Catholicism is monotheistic. You have one supreme God. Okay, you have the Holy Trinity, but it's still to be separate but the same. So you have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? But you still believe in one supreme God, one creator of humanity. Our ancestors had the same understanding with their own religion. They always have believed in one God. And that the Loa, or depending what African tribe you came from, the Orishas, were the extensions of divine creator. So this is why they were able in their heads to infuse the saints with these African spirits, because they were already monotheistic people. So traditionally speaking, if we're going to the traditions of our enslaved ancestors, when they were creating this religion under oppression, they always believed in one God. And they believed that by taking on the spirits of the enslavers, okay, they made their religion more powerful, because they were able to hide their religious practices in these saints. And again, they only believed in one supreme being, Olondumbare, Olorum, okay, Buen Dios, okay. Yes, one God. It was the understanding, though, unlike Christianity, like let's say Protestant, where they just pray to God, they believed that God was so busy. Some places they believe God was male. Some places they believe God had no gender. God had, so God was non-binary. In some traditions, God was both male and female. Whatever the case may be. Okay. I personally believe that God has no gender. If we are made in God's images, then that means male, female, non-binary. We all created in God's image. That's how I see things. Moving on from that. So, when people start to call these spirits, even if you're well-intentioned, God and goddesses, it is a form of disrespect to our ancestors, because that's not how they intended the religion to be. When you start doing that, you start to misappropriate and water things down. You are giving into other cultures, and that's not good. It's very important to preserve things the way they are. That's why you see people speaking, singing to the Orishas in Yoruba, which I'm going to make a video about that and talk about that more extensively. This is why the African drums, we still in the Caribbean, places like Loisa, okay, and things like that, we dance to bomba. Okay, we still have African dances that we do. We still have a lot of African infusions within our culture, because we're proud of that part of our culture. Okay, so it's important. We wanted to preserve those things. You still see a lot of Taino things within our cultures, and you still see a lot of African things within our culture, because that's the legacy that our ancestors left us. So that's why I say they're not God and goddesses if we're talking about it in its traditional form, in the form that our ancestors literally died for, to leave us this legacy and this inheritance. But the problem is, because of overexposure, you have someone that says it on YouTube, and people just keep regurgitating the same information. Next thing you know, you have a big group of people that are misinformed because they did not grow up in the tradition. You have people like, I don't need to be initiated because the spirit called me, and I work with the energy of this and that. And what you don't understand is, when you call yourself an expert, when you make videos about showing people how to work with energies that you really don't know what you're doing, you are furthering marginalizing our people. You are further disenfranchising our people, because what you don't understand is that in other parts of the Americas, Protestant and only praying to God was forced down the throats of my ancestors in other parts of the world. So when they're trying to get out of Christianity or find a way to still be a Christian practitioner, and all their life they have grown up believing in one God, and when you start using titles like God and goddesses, you're actually pushing away the people that these traditions were created for. You're furthering marginalizing and disenfranchising our people. So it's a disservice to do that. I've had to actually talk to clients and say, no, they're not gods and goddesses. Nobody worships the Orishas and Loas in the Caribbean, or those of us that actually practice, that grown up in the religions, that initiated. They're not God. We honor them like we will honor anybody else. But we know there's only one God. Okay? And all the glory goes to that one God. There's nothing wrong with being polytheistic, but just know that not everybody is. And I feel like in a spiritual community, we need to make room for everybody. And nobody should have to assimilate their beliefs just to fit in one mold. And it's not okay to spread misinformation, you know. I understand that some people are like, you know, I want to reconnect with my roots, or I feel called to, and that's fine. But there's a danger when you're just spreading all this misinformation. If you Google, you're going to see like the goddess Oshun of blah to do. But a lot of times those people that started those titles aren't even black and brown people. And that type of misinformation has even transcended to marginalized communities because it's so regurgitated that people are well-meaning, but they're passing on misinformation. You know what I mean? And so again, this is a monotheistic religion. One main God, whether it's Loas or Orishas, and then you have them. So ancestors, angels, saints, whatever you want to call it, spirits of nature. Okay, again, I made a video talking about how Fae, nobody calls them God and goddesses, right? We respect the lore, we respect the cultures they come from, we just call them Fae. I really wish that people would put that same respect on Orishas and Loas and stop with the whole calling them God and goddesses. I was watching someone's video and I didn't even want to comment on their video because I do follow this person, but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been on their channel for a while because I'm a little bit upset about it. I'm not gonna like say who it is, but when they were showing their Yemaya statue, but to me that's a goddess. That is so rude. That's so rude. Because you literally said, I know that it comes from Santeria and all these other religions, but to me is a goddess. So okay, and like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so disrespectful. That's literally the definition of cultural appropriation. You know something, but you don't care. You want to make it fit your aesthetics. That's not right. If you really feel like you're called to something, talk to someone who grew up in the culture. Talk to someone who's initiated and get your facts straight, okay? I'm just saying. I'm going to leave it there. But, you know, it's just really hard. Like, it's just really hard. Like, I just want the people that are watching, like, to know that you never have to use those titles to work with these spirits because that's not who they are anyways. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. But, again, when we're talking about when they were creating these traditions of the diaspora, they did believe in one supreme being. They just believe that God's too busy. And so this is the reason why God created these spirits, in order to help humanity, because God's too busy for you right now. You have problems with love, money, you know, opening doors, opportunity, all that stuff. They deal with the everyday stuff. God deals with the spiritual stuff. That's it. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. I know a lot of people are going to call this and that. I'm not going to argue with people on their channel. I hear this misinformation all the time. It's so sickening. It's so annoying. That's another reason why I'm going to tell you something. I do not support and do not own any goddess decks. Every time I see, like, I know Doreen Virtue did one with Oshun and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think she had one with Yemaya. It was Oshun or Yemaya, one of the two. That is my biggest pet peeve. Because then you go around spreading misinformation. Then you have people, they're like, oh, I didn't grow up in those traditions. They'll buy it. Oh my gosh, she's a goddess. I'm connecting right now. And this person never even had a relationship with the spirit, because if they did, they wouldn't even be calling them God and goddesses. So that's where it's a double-edged sword when it comes to inclusion, because in my personal opinion, when you do that, you are disrespecting a culture. I don't buy any goddess decks. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Every time I see a Yemaya card in a goddess deck, my eyes go up to my head, and I literally it just annoys me. You know, and if that's offensive to you and that triggers you, I'm sorry, but like, I really don't like when they put them in the decks, because again, that leads into cultural appropriation, misappropriation, and a lot of other annoying things to people that have actually dedicated their life to this. They have invested finances into this, initiations, rituals, building relationship with the spirits. All this stuff takes money, time, energy, sacrifice. Okay, I sacrifice a lot for what I do, even my own personal life, because this is something that is a full-time job for me, and spirituality is a full everything for me. So it's really annoying when people don't want to do the work. They misappropriate stuff. They make decks, because I want to be inclusive, and they start calling things the wrong names. Like, you know, when people make angel decks, I don't see them saying, this is the goddess deck, and you see an angel on it. Like, come on, guys. Angels are angels. Orishas are orishas. Loas are loas. So tired of saying that already. Okay, guys. Much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until the next video, please like, please subscribe, please comment below. And I will see you on the next video, guys. Bye.